I haven't been streaming for a while because so two things. Number one, start of April, Dan lost his job. Dan lost his job to fucking Brian. Fucking Brian. Part of it is that, but basically, the company I was working for decided that they kind of wanted to replace part of what I did with AI. They also had kind of the cheek to ask me to like feed it information before I left. And when that, but I didn't know I was going to get, I was basically made redundant. But I didn't know I was going to be made redundant. But when that happened, I was sort of like, okay, why are you asking me to do that now? That's a bit weird. So it was basically, they asked me to do that, and I was sort of like, yeah, I'll do it, but I didn't really do it. I was sort of like sat there going like, I've heard these stories before. Penny, for example, yeah. Whenever you ask for these weird requests, and you're sort of like, what's going on here, kind of thing. So I sort of didn't really do it. And then about 2 weeks later, they were sort of just like, okay, and it wasn't just me, it was like a bunch of us. It was like a whole team of people. And they essentially, what they wanted to do was get rid of a bunch of people, but hire one out of all of us that got made redundant. Have all of us fight for this one job that was less pay, but more work. So I think the majority of us, from what I know, because I ended up taking redundancy pay and just ran out of there as soon as I did, because I was like, I'm done. I think the majority of people just kind of went, no, kind of like the way it feels like it's great to kind of like have, you know, the security of a job and all that kind of stuff, but it's also like, I don't really trust you anymore. So why should I take this? And especially because you're asking me to do more for less pay. It's not like a good thing to kind of hang your hat on, more or less. Yeah. So I sort of just, they end up saying, here, we'll offer you this package and you can leave. And I looked at it and I sort of was like, they initially, I won't tell you what they paid me, but like initially what they offered me was half of what I got in the end. And I sort of said to them, it was a bit of a joke, kind of what they were offering me. Considering like did a lot for them in like 3 years. I know it's a short period of time, but like it was still like a bit of a joke. So I asked them to increase it, but I didn't say like a number. This is how I get into my negotiation skills. I didn't say a number, and then they gave me a number, and then I said a little bit more, and then they were like, okay, we'll do a little bit more. Can you go now, please? Kind of thing. And I was like, okay. So yeah, I've been pretty much out of work since April the 7th or something like that. I think so. It's been about a month, I think. And I'm fine. It's all good. I'm not worried. I'm really not worried. It's all been fine. Everything is kind of taken care of. You know, it's just one of those things where initially I was worrying, and then I was sort of like, fuck, what am I going to do, kind of thing. But it's been completely fine. Came up with a plan. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. So I sort of just was like, okay, I'm not really going to do YouTube. I'm not really going to do Twitch. I was sort of like, I'm just going to take time out for myself and then think about things and think about what I want to do and how I want to approach this. And that's kind of where we've been at.